Hi, this is Alan with Alan's Firearms and Guns Plus More. And today we're going over 3 different products at the same time because they're all interrelated. The first one is a holographic sight, which is a 6 MOA sight. That stands for minute of angle. If you understand what that means, great. If you don't, can't get into the minutia of that here, it would take too long. That's a video on itself. Let's just say this is a nice red dot sight. You can use it on rifles or pistols. This particular one is packaged by Tactical, they're friends of mine, and it goes with another interesting product they have. And we're going to go over this at the workbench. This is their holster. And this holster, what it does is you can put this sight on your firearm that has a under the barrel guide rail on it. And here's it packaged with the holster and the rail. So you can put this rail on the bottom of your under barrel rail on your handgun. You put that sight on the top rail, and then the whole thing fits into this holster. So you can carry handgun with a red dot sight on it. Now some of you may think, well, that's going to be too thick for me to conceal carry, and in a lot of cases that's true unless you can dress for it. But for a security guard or law enforcement or prepper or someone who wants to have the ability, a hunter, someone in the woods, they want their handgun to act as a backup for their rifle, hey, this can work for you. Let's get to the workbench, open this package up, see what it has in there, look at the sight, see what it has in there, and put the whole thing together. Okay, so here we are at the workbench, and the first piece I want to show you is the MRD 6 MOA red dot with Picatinny rail base. And of course you have your instructions, which have a lot of detail in it. It gives you all different ranges and elevations. It tells you what the package contents is. So it's a pretty thorough construction. We have a 1 degree shim in case you need an extra height or movement, because some guns have a different angle on the way this goes on. It has a cleaning rag. It comes with an extra battery, and it's a standard CR2032. Comes with a screwdriver for sight adjustment, and it comes with a Allen key for some other adjustment. I think the Allen key is used in order to replace the battery. I don't know. That's all that's in here. Let's see if there's anything. Yeah, the Allen key slides down in there, so like this, for battery changing. Your sight adjustment screwdriver, which is the nice enough to give you instead of figuring, okay, you have your own, is for windage and elevation. It has a soft touch button on the side. You hold it for 2 seconds and it goes on. It has 4 different controls as far as once it's on, how bright it is. I believe I have it on the brightest now. Let's take a look at the sight. So here we go. That's what it looks like. Looking through it, big red dot. And you can change the brightness of it. As you can see, I'm doing that right now. So that's why it keeps changing. That's the brightest. That's a little less bright. And there. And there. That's it. Now I'm going to turn it off. Boom. There we go. So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like through the optic. Okay? Pretty bright. Now, I turned it off. Yep, I'm going to put the cover on here so I don't accidentally turn it on or damage it. Inside the box, it's just really a bubble pack. We have the holster and the sight guard. Now, this is integral to this system because it plays a couple of different roles. One, It gives you a top rail for your gun to put the sight on, a mount. It gives you a bottom rail where you can still put on and attach a flashlight. It is a quick release, so it's not a big deal to take it on or off. It gives you a holster that this unit actually locks into. This is what locks your firearm into the holster, because the gun itself doesn't lock in. That's why it will take almost just about any gun. It comes with a paddle back, which is something I prefer. It is adjustable to the depth of how deep you used to wear it, you use it in your pants. And you can get it with a belt back, which has multiple positions on here, I believe. Let's put this together. We'll see how it works. First we're going to take our mount. We're going to take our mount. We're going to take our optic. We're going to loosen this up and push that over so this little bar is on the outside. It'll make it a lot easier. This button goes forward. The mount, squeeze it together. Just put that on, push that little tab in, and screw this on. And there's a couple of different positions that you can move it however you're more comfortable with it. I'm going to actually, because I want it further back, closer to my eye, I'm going to move it back. And I'm just going to tighten this up. Then I'm going to take this Glock that I took out for this demonstration, and I'm just going to slide this right onto it. And it locked right in. And now I've got my unit all together. That's all it took. Now watch this. It goes right into the holster and locks it right in there. See that? It's locked into the holster. And when I need it, I pull it out and I have it with my optic ready to go. And of course, if I want to, I can protect my optic with this, and it still goes into the holster. So there you have it. There is another nice feature about this, which I don't want to leave out. You do not lose the ability to use both sights. This housing is see-through, so you don't lose your iron sights when you have the optic attached. You have the luxury of both optics. I think that's fantastic, and I think it's really important. When it comes to my rifles, all of my scopes are scoped so I don't lose my iron sights. Iron sights are a faster acquisition in most cases. In this case, it's the opposite. This is going to be a quick acquisition, and your iron sights are going to be for a more accurate hit, because iron sights are always more accurate than an optic. But because you have the optic and the iron sights, and you can use them integrally, each one or together, it gives you two tools. And two tools will handle more situations than one tool. Let me show you something else. To remove this, it's as simple as pushing this down and pushing this all. Now, always make sure your gun is empty when you're doing this. Take it off, just push this down and pull it forward, and it comes off. And there you go. Now you have your handgun without the optic. Comes in the paddle back, like I said, and the belt back. Also, I want to make you aware, this is a Picatinny rail on the top, so if you already have an optic, you can use your own. If you want to put a scope on here, you can do that. And any optic will work with this system, because the system is not dependent on the optic to lock in. You don't need, remember, the system is based not on the sight, but on rail system. So you can use any optic you want on here. There are adjustment screws on here, so you can tighten it or loosen it depending on how much tension you need, because depending on how active your job is, or how loose you want it, depending on how quick a draw you need. So there you go. The optic with its tools, the sight holder, and gun and attachment for the gun. And you can use your own optic. You have two choices in belt or paddle holster design. Both holsters themselves are pretty much the same. And your tactical mount, which is interchangeable with all your systems. Any gun with a rail and a Picatinny lock will take this. And you have a Picatinny on the bottom so you don't lose your ability to add something else. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. These are my friends, and in order to help my channel out, they did put a coupon code in for me. It's GPM15. I'll put it underneath. So if you go to their site and order anything, they'll give you, I think, a 15% discount. This is not an ad. This is not an endorsement. This is a review. It happens to be a positive review. And if you buy anything from them, I do not get anything for it. They're just giving something back to my fans for their support. Please like and subscribe, and join me next time. This is Alan with Alan's Firearms. Thank you. Until next time.